Well, hey there, hero. It's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and sometimes the smallest, tiny, little reminders can make all the difference in the world. And today, I want to remind you of one tiny little thing. And it came up when I was discussing the various skill sets that you need to develop with a potential client. Somebody was calling me saying, "Hey, why should I study with you? I know I'm not very good at this, and I know I'm not very good at that, and I suck at this, and I'm okay at that." And I'm like, "How do you know all these things?" "Well, I tried it once or twice, and I wasn't good at it." And I said, "I'm imagining that there are a lot of things that you do well that you probably tried more than just once or twice." And it led us to a conversation about how sometimes we're really hard on ourselves about our skill at a particular thing, our expertise at it, and we haven't really given it a chance. I mean, there are people that like, "Oh, I don't make good voices for animation. I could never do that. I can't do fiction audio books. I can't create characters." And my question is always, how do you know that? What kind of effort have you given to allowing that to actually occur? And it just sort of led to the whole notion of we sometimes really give ourselves uh, no leeway whatsoever to be good at something when we don't give ourselves the chance to repeat the process. We kind of sell ourselves short when we try it once or we try it twice, maybe even three times. We don't really give much of an effort to those last two because the first time was so horrible, and it doesn't quite work. And so when people say, "How did you get so good at what you do?" I mean, what you do, you're really, really good at. You've had great success at it. And I just say, I lather, rinse, repeat. I do it over and over and over and over. This whole year's worth of videos was nothing if an effort to get better at doing videos, right? And doing it over and over and over again, 365 times. I think this is 338 or maybe more than that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it's a lot. And boy, have I learned so much from what these repetitious options have done for me. This idea of getting better at something when you do it more often. And when we're doing auditions, when we're getting ready to go on set or to go in studio or to narrate an audiobook or to do any of the millions of things that we have the opportunity to get better at, doing it over and over and over again makes all the sense in the world. And the funny thing is, it feels to me anyway, I don't know if this is the way it is for you, and I'd love to know if you'd give me a comment below. The first few times I do something is filled with, is this working? Am I even close? Is there anything going on here that I'm going to be able to use later on? And then what happens after that is you get validation. It's like, yeah, that's actually working. Okay. Let's try let's try it again. Let's see if we can make it even better. I mean, you know, I can only say to you that the value of repetition is vastly underrated. The value of repetition is so important. I mean, I'm thinking about it as I'm watching football. How do these guys know how to execute that trick play so well? Why? Because they do it over and over and over again in practice. So, I just have a favor to ask of you. The next time you think, "Oh, I'm not so good at that," ask yourself, have you given yourself a chance to do it over and over and over, to repeat yourself? I'm imagining, and I know this is probably, duh, but I'm imagining that you'll get better at things the more often you do them. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment below this video if you're watching on VO Heroes. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And if you'd like to be on my list to find out when we switch over from doing these daily to doing these once a week on Wednesdays, it's coming up at the end of the month. I'd love to be able to tell you, and I'd love to have you know when those happen. Fill out the form. Get on the list. It's at the bottom of the page if you're on voheroes.com. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.